What is up, everybody? Welcome to another Cube Draft. My name is Sam, and I'm glad that you're here. Next week, we're gonna be prepping for maybe a little hour of devastation, so I figured I'd get one last Cube Draft in. So, this pack is insane. No power, but we got a Force, a Karn, a Splinter Twin, a Tameo, a Umezawa's Jitte, an Electrolyze. I haven't played the Splinter Twin deck yet, but if we take it early, then we might be able to play the deck. Plus, I think Blue-Red is the best color combination. Unfortunately, Tameo, Force, and Electrolyze being in this pack means a lot of people are going to want to play Blue-Red. Rishkar isn't necessarily the greatest mono-green, or like green ramp card, so I'm not too concerned about not having that in my deck. And Karn is good, but it takes a lot to get to 7 mana in this format. I think if we take Splinter Twin, we might just be able to kind of signal everybody else out of that deck and get into it, and we immediately get rewarded. Alright, well, we're all in. Unfortunately, we're passing a Volcanic Island and a Brainstorm, so there could be other people there. But just like we drew it up, we first picked Splinter Twin and second picked Deceiver Exarch. This is one of the best combo decks you can be in. You have a lot of permission, you have a lot of ways to find your combo, like Brainstorm. And of course, that instant speed, so you can choose a time where your opponent's tapped out and then win the game. You can also win the game as soon as turn 2 if you know, were lucky enough to get something like a Mox or a Soul Ring or something like that. So we're just going to grab a Deceiver Exarch. Oracle and Garrick are good for the mono green deck. Burning of Zinyi is obviously just another wildfire effect. It's perfect for the ramp deck. But we're with the Deceiver plan, and we get the best Planeswalker in the cube, probably Dak Faded. Now, Progenitus goes well in the mono green deck. Ooh, Restoration Angel. So this is good with Kiki Jiki. If we get Kiki, then we're going to want a Restoration Angel. At this point, I think we take Dak Faded. I think it's really good. You can take control of your opponent's artifacts. Wooded Foothills is probably also a very good card here, and I wouldn't mind a Gush. You're going to end up being blue-red more often than blue-white-red, but if Restoration Angel wheels, and it might because it's really only good in the combos, then you can probably see it. Now, Dak Faden's not as good in Vintage Cube as it is in Holiday Cube. Holiday Cube is a different version of the Cube, of course. Magic Online runs like 4 versions every year. Legacy, Modern, Vintage, Holiday. Has way more like mana ramp, and you're like more able to play things like yeah, you're more, it's your ability to play decks like Storm goes up, but in general, Dak Faded is much better there because there's, of course, more artifacts. So, Baral I don't think is a card that's going to make this deck. We could be interested in, like, a Botanical Sanctum. Second straight Wildfire effect, too, so we could just be the Wildfire deck at this point. Smash Smithereens, Smuggler's Copter. Botanical Sanctum is an interesting card. I don't know how often this deck ends up Teamer, blue, red, green. I don't think it's that often, but I don't think we want to Baral that often. I have no idea how often we want Baral. I think a Wheels if we ever do want it. I think we'll just take a Botanical Sanctum. I think having an extra land is never a bad thing. Harsh Mentor, Fire Blast, Raging Ravine, Maelstrom Pulse. Jeez. We could take a Harsh Mentor. This card isn't terrible. Grim Tutor would be good, but we're not black. This card's fine. I'm going to take a Harsh Mentor. I don't think we end up mono-red at any point. If we wheel a Fire Blast, maybe we do. We could take a Raging Ravine then and just end up like straight Teamer. Yeah, we might just want to take a Raging Ravine. Alright, well, Bring Delight, Inferno Titan, Tooth and Nail, Wall of Blossoms. So Inferno Titan's probably the card here, but I'm thinking about Bring Delight. Yeah, so you search your library for a creature, instant, or sorcery card with convert mana cost less than or equal to the number of colors. Yeah, so if we search for 3, then we could get a Deceiver Exarch. I think I'm just going to take an Inferno Titan. I think Bring Delight still could wheel 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, definitely could. I'm going to take Inferno Titan. It's pretty good in these decks. Chain Lightning's great. Celestial Colonnade is good. I'm going to take a Colonnade or a Chain Lightning. So Colonnade is good because, again, you often end up blue, white, red in these decks. And the reason is things like Blade Splicer, right? You don't often end up Grixis. I don't think we're ever going to be Grixis Twin, although maybe we could. We could just take a Fatal Push or a Bitter Blossom. Might actually just take a... I'll take a Colonnade. If we end up blue, white, red, then Colonnade's like one of the best cards for our deck. Alright, I found Pithing Needle surprisingly playable here, so I'm going to go ahead and grab it. And Electrolyze Wield, wow. That's very good for us. And Arid Mesa? Jesus. Alright, we'll take an Arid Mesa. And Wooded Foothills, I mean, we're going to have very, very good, if not perfect mana. Now, I think the Restoration Angels in this next pack, or maybe it was in the Wooded Foothills pack. I don't exactly remember. Yeah, seems like the Restoration Angel is long gone. Alright, we'll take a Traverse. Yeah, we'll take a Traverse. And a Harsh Mentor, I guess. I don't think we're playing Mono Red at this point. I'll take a Stirring Wildwood. So this is interesting. We wheeled Electrolyze, which is one of the better cards in the cube. We did not wheel the Restoration Angel, though, which could mean a few things. It could mean that someone's trying to play with that Blade Splicer and they wanted the Restoration Angel. It is decent in a mono white deck. It could mean that someone grabbed the Kiki Jiki and we're just going to have a two-piece combo. I'm not exactly sure what it means. It's a little unfortunate that we're only 5 cards into the main deck, but these decks often come around late in pack 3 because you're spending so much time picking up mana to make them good early in pack 1 and 2. So I'm not really fearful of not having enough playables here. I think we're going to be fine. The Electrolyze wheeling really signals that we are going to be fine, so I'm not too worried. Scalding Tarn, Phyrexian, Metamorph, Ugin, Primeval Titan, Counterspell, Lightning Bolt. Did I name enough cards there? That was insane. Counterspell's good. Scalding Tarn's good, but I think we have enough. Phyrexian Metamorph's just kind of crazy, though. You just, like, copy their best guy? Like, at all times? I do love a Counterspell, though. I don't think Counterspell is ever wheeling is the problem, but I think Phyrexian Metamorph's good enough that I just grab it here. I never mind a Metamorph. Frantic Search, Sower of Temptation. Yeah, or Frantic Search, sorry, Sower of Temptation, Swords of Plowshares. So Swords is one of the reasons that you can play a blue-red. Tropical Island would be good because we do have flooded or wooded foothills. I'm going to take a Sower of Temptation, though. I like getting control of my opponent's creatures, and it's just like another way to kind of help us win. So Wheel of Fortune, Faithless Looting, Breeding Pool, Seacrum Coast. Breeding Pool probably seems slightly better because we can get it with wooded foothills. So Breeding Pool is definitely better than Copperline Gorge. The question is it better than Seacrum Coast? Are we more likely to be a blue-white-red? I think we're more likely to be blue-white-red than anything involving green, so I'm going to grab a Seacrum Coast. Caracas, Mind Twist, Steam Vents, Force Spike, Imperial Recruiter. So I think we have to take an Imperial Recruiter here. We can just go get a Deceiver Exarch. It just helps us go get a part of our combo. Ooh, Wormcoil Engine's insane, but we have Inferno Titan. I love Steam Vents, but obviously we can't take it, so I'm just going to grab an Imperial Recruiter. Thirst for Knowledge, Tundra, Crater's Claws, Koth. Yeah, I'm just going to take a Tundra here. Put it in the sideboard, go get it with Arid Mesa. Alright, so we're lined up to be blue-white-red. What are we looking for? Like Sphinx's Revelation, things like that? So, I think that both of the possible cards, Thundermaw Hellkite and Riftwing Cloudskate, I think they're both better than Repeal here. So the question is Thundermaw better than Riftwing Cloudskate? And I don't know. We don't have any 2-drops currently, so that kind of swings thing in Riftwing's favor. Although, Riftwing doesn't really close out the game, but I guess it does give us more time to combo. There are also a few cards like Thundermaw that we could play that are like decent finishers, so I think I'm just going to take Cloudskate. Also, Lingering Souls is only one of like 720 possible cards in this cube, so you don't really have to build like your cube deck assuming that someone's going to have Lingering Souls. Although I guess if they do have Lingering Souls, then you of course want Thundermaw Hellkite in that situation. So High Tide, Mental Misstep are probably not playable, so I'm going to take a Dismember. I don't think we're playing any black sources, but sometimes you just have to pay for to kill something, and that's okay. Yeah, Stormbreath Dragon, another one of those cards, very similar to Thundermaw Hellkite that we can take if we want. We can also take a Bonfire of the Damned or a Gataxian Probe. I feel like Probe is pretty good, especially considering that we're trying to combo, so we need to know if our opponent's going to let us combo or not, so that's pretty important, I think. Lightning Bolt. Yeah, I'm always going to take a Lightning Bolt in the spot. We have no removal at this point. We have one Planeswalker, so very happy to take removal. We could take a Xenagod, a Xenagos, I should say. I don't know why I call it the Xenagod when there is actually a god for Xenagos, but yeah, but anyways, so the reasons not to take Xenagos are that we're not ramping that hard. I also don't think it really fits into a specific cube archetype, so I'm not necessarily in love with Xenagos itself in the cube. One of the traps that a lot of newer cube players fall into is just playing like a general good stuff deck, right? Like they'll pick up a Xenagos, they'll pick up a Huntmaster of the Fells, they'll pick up a Thragtusk, they'll pick up a Restoration Angel, they'll play like a Naya mid-range deck. And they just get, turn 3 combo killed, and then, they're kind of sad. So that's something that people run into sometimes. That is an issue that you got to watch out for, especially when you're playing cube for the first or second time. So, Goblin Dark Dwellers was to cast an instant or sorcery card with a mana cost 3 or less. Cataxian Probe, Lightning Bolt. Is it better than a Phyrexian Revoker here? I think I'm going to take Revoker. I think there's so much artifact mana running around that I might actually just main deck a Revoker. Wow, really don't need this Wheel of Fortune, but I guess we could play it if we're just looking for the combo. I think I'm just going to take a Copperline Gorge, though. I think Copperline Gorge sets us up playing 4 colors if we have to. Now, we don't even have to play 3 colors at this point, but we definitely could. Regrowth is interesting, right? It obviously just like gets back a Deceiver Exarch and Imperial Recruiter or something like that. I think we have other ways to win, though. I think I'm going to take a Scavenging Ooze. I'm not incredibly worried about the burn matchup. A Scavenging Ooze is relatively reasonable. Could take a Koth the Hammer or Creator's Claws. I think I'm just going to take Claws. It's a decent removal spell. Tangle Wire. Alright. I mean, it's fairly clear that Mono Red was kind of open. We did see a Sulfuric Vortex, Harsh Mentor, a lot of the good Mono Red cards. Good Sword, Cryptic Command, Treachery. Wow. So Treachery is another way to win. It's a control magic, so you get to untap your lands, which is sick. Could take a Soulfire Grandmaster Sword of Body Mind's the best sword in Cube, as a blue and green are the best colors. But I don't think you can ever pass a Treachery here. I think it's just too good. I think we have to take it. What just happened? Did we get a Treachery? How do we get a Soulfire Grandmaster? That's definitely not what I wanted. Alright. Well, that's going to go on the sideboard. We just wasted that pick. How did that happen? I thought I clicked Treachery. Alright, I guess I gotta be more careful. Silly MTGO. Alright, so we're going to take a Vidalcan Shackles here. We could take a Lightning Greaves. We could take a Magus of the Moon. None of these are really great, though. We can't take Kolaghan's Command. That's the one color we obviously can't play. If we have enough islands, Vidalcan Shackles is going to be great, so I'm just going to take it. There are a lot of creature decks in this cube, not a ton of control decks. There's like a decent amount of combo, but not too much, not too little. Very upset about not having that Treachery. I think that would have really taken this deck over the top. Now, some of the things that you want in these decks are like Brainstorms, Preordains, Ponders, things like that. We already passed a Brainstorm, so we're pretty far away from being able to get any of the other ones. Also pack 3, so we're trying to close it up here, and we just started off with a first pick card that we're probably not playing, so that's unfortunate. Let's see what we can do here. Chandra, Mind's Desire, Upheaval, Lightning Strike, Sword of Light and Shadow. That's also not a great sword. Could take an O-Ring here. I like a Chandra, but I don't think we have any removal, and could also take a Spellskite, but this is probably going to wheel. I think I'm going to take an O-Ring and hope to wheel Spellskite, I should say. I think that's my plan. Eidolon the Great Revel, Incinerate, Gruul Signet, Savannah, Misty. Could definitely take the Signet. Could also just take a Misty. What does Misty get? Misty gets us Tundra. Alright, that's probably enough. Yeah, I'm just going to take the Misty. Gets us Tundra. Alright, Pentad Prism, Needle Spires, Flame Tongue Kavu, Shrine of the Burning Rage, Vryn Wingmare. So, we could take a Needle Spires or a Pentad Prism. I think I'm just going to take Flame Tongue Kavu. We need some removal, and it's pretty decent to add that. Could take a Magma Jet. I'm just going to take a Path to Exile here. Again, we're filling out a removal suite here late in pack 3. This is kind of not good for us. I guess we could play a Temple Garden. Why do we ever play a Temple Garden? What does it do? Temple Garden lets us get white with Misty. I guess we can already get white with Misty. Let's just get white with Wooded Foothills, sure. Wow, Vendilion Click, a Johnny Vengeance, and Anticipate. That's kind of insane. I think I'm just going to take a Johnny here. I think we need another Planeswalker that can kind of shut down the game in some spots. Sword of Body and Mind. What can I put that on? I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5... Yeah, I have some creatures to put it on. It's pretty good. Wins the game in 2 hits generally. 2 to 3 hits. Your opponent puts the top 10 cards that are his or her library into his graveyard, so that's pretty good. Wrath of God is probably decent here, so I'm going to grab it. If we're playing against some of the creature decks, we might need it. Wish we had a Treachery. That'd be pretty good. I might as well play Soulfire Grandmaster. We did first pick it. You can get back a lightning bolt, I guess. Pithing Needle's not bad, although we already have a 1 Pithing Needle and Phyrexian Revoker. Could take a Dismember, could play a Wrath of God. How many islands am I going to be able to play? I don't want to have to kill myself if I have Harsh Mentor plus Splinter Twin. That's pretty bad. Alright, I'm going to take a Chandra Pyromaster. Yeah, I mean, we could play Harsh Mentor. I just don't want to, like, end up killing myself. We'll take an Incinerate here. Right, again, we already have the Tundra, so Misty can already get white, and Wooded Foothills can get white with a Temple Garden, so we don't really need the Savannah. Yeah, I would agree. Alright, we'll take a Needle Spires. Yep, Magma Jet will make it into the deck. So we got enough playables, we didn't get the Treachery. We're kind of on the mono, like, either Inferno Titan or Splinter Twin plan, which is not good. I'm not very happy with what this deck ended up. I think if we had Treachery, I think this had a chance to 3-0, but as it is, I don't think we have that great of a chance. So let's see what we can do here. We need to play enough islands for Vidalcan Shackles to be good. So let's play a Misty. Let's play a Celestial Colonnade. Let's play an Arid Mesa, Celestial Colonnade. A Tundra, of course. A Seacrum Coast, that's not an island. A Needle Spires, that's also not an island. What did Wooded Foothills get? Literally nothing. We're not playing any green cards. I guess we can play a Misty just to go get a Tundra. I guess that's good enough. So, often, like, Arid Mesa, how many... Off of, like, Arid Mesa, let's say. How many red sources? So how many red sources do we have right now? We have 1, 2, 3. Alright, so let's play 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Alright, let's put all this in the deck. And then let's play, like, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 white sources. That's plenty. And then let's play 7 islands, probably. So now we have 8 islands for Vidalcan Shackles. I can take out 1 for another red land. That might be good. Alright. Well, good luck us. I'm not sure how great this is going to work out, but I will see everybody for round number 1 regardless. So see you then. Thank you so much for watching.